There's another universe. Please make some noise.
Hey my little raggities, what is up? How are we doing? How are we feeling? If you are new here, I am Raina Swan, aka your new book bestie, aka Big Raggedy. Period. Happy New Year, friend. Aren't you just so blessed to be sitting here watching your girl in 2026? Isn't it a blessing to be alive? I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Yeah, so come on in, sit down, get your snacks, get settled. We're not gonna be here very long because Bebe's kids are still here. They haven't gone back to school yet. So, you know how that goes. You might hear some clawing, scratching, screaming in the back. Don't worry. They're domesticated. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. They're all right. Let's talk about the books I listened to and read and all of the things in December, okay? And we're going to rank them because why not? Let's just do it, okay? Let's just go for it. Now, I did forget about a book that I read with my eyes, but it was a novella, so, or was it a short story? I think it was a short story, yeah, that we read. Also, before we get into this ranking video, if you are not a part of the book club, the official chapter chat, please join. It is ran by myself, Kim's Kindle Reads, and O Bookster. It is ran by myself, Kim, and Amber. And feel free to join us in dialogue. Feel free to chat with us. You do not have to read the books that are selected each month. It is a go at your own pace book club. We read one book a month, and you know, throughout the month we're just chatting about it. If you finish it early, if you finish it late, it is okay. You know, it is very low maintenance, and I would like you to join if you're not a part of the club. So I don't know, I just thought I'd put that out there, you know, just in case you want to, you know, join a club for 2026. I don't know what your goals is looking like, but I think, you know, you should join. So anywho, also, if you are looking for a hangout spot, something very chill, you can join my Discord group, Raggedy Reads. And you know, it's kind of like a big group chat. It's just a place where we can come together and talk about the books we're reading, talk about the book we're currently reading, if it's the last week of the month, or, you know, if you want to come in and listen to some reading music, you want to come in and watch a little crime documentary, if you want to come in and share your social media page, you know, just anything that you are currently doing, or if you want to share with the group, you can come in and share it, okay? So those are the two groups that you can join that I'm a part of: the Discord Raggedy Reads and my book club, the official chapter chat. Both are reading groups. One is just more structured than the other. The other, Raggedy Reads, is more for just like lounging around. So with the official chapter chat, we start one book at the beginning of the month, and with Raggedy Reads, we read one book at the end of the month. So you get the best of both worlds. All right, let's get into the ranking video. I've talked long enough, and I know you guys hate when videos start off like this. Just y'all, I just had to go on a whole little scavenger hunt for these books. Anywho, coming in at number 11, we have Cursed Daughters. Y'all, I'm not gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start. First of all, we wouldn't have even read this book if them heifers didn't choose the book in the book club and then didn't read it. There, I said it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. If this book keep coming up in conversation, I'm gonna keep saying it. I wasn't even supposed to read the book, didn't even want to read the book. The book wasn't even on my radar. Okay, it was Amber's ass that picked the book and put it in the damn poll, and y'all picked it. And then when y'all picked it, y'all didn't want to read it. I don't know. So then I was stuck reading a book that I didn't even put in the pot. I didn't want to read that book. But you know what? I'm a good sport, and I read it. It was me, Amber, and Jewel. 3 people. And the group got 130 something people in it. Make it make sense. Not y'all volunteering me as a tribute to test the book out just to see if the book was good. If y'all didn't have to do me like that. So the book, I feel like the idea was there. You have a woman who has a baby, and the baby comes out looking like the spitting image of her deceased cousin. Now, the deceased cousin was the black sheep of the family, was known to not really follow like the typical traditions of family, and you know, she wasn't really wayward, but she was just kind of like doing her own thing. And so she passed away, and y'all, the death was just really, really sad. And so the family, you know, sees the baby, and they're like, that's the reincarnation of your cousin, and that baby gonna have the same demise. And so the idea was there, right? The idea was there. Sounds really, really good, but it kind of just did not work for how it was flowing. You were being pulled in different timelines, different moments in time with certain characters. There was, you know, different viewpoints going on. The chapters weren't numbered. It was just very it was a very, very chaotic experience trying to read it in a group setting. And I gave it 2 stars. I wish I would have DNF'd it, but you know, I was like, this is kind of like my club. I can't really like just do that, you know. Somebody got to read it, even though this was not the book that I chose for the group. You know, I feel like more people would have, you know, probably joined if y'all would have just chose right the first time. But you know what, we ain't gonna even talk about it because it's January 2026. So do not bring up cursed daughters around me. I might crash out and cuss you out, because that is a very, very just triggering time in my life, and we won't talk about it because I enjoyed the idea. It had some good moments, but we won't dwell on them. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, coming in at number 10, we have Dear Martin by Nick Stone. And this wasn't a bad book per se. It's just not for my age range. And of course, you're probably sitting there like, well, duh, it's a YA book. You know, but you know how some YA books, the authors write them, and you know, those my age can still vibe with it, can still take messages from them and still like connect with them. This one just didn't do it for me. It just was very, you know, on brand for its target audience, and I can't really knock it for that per se, but it just wasn't for me, which she didn't write it for my age group. So it's like, obviously, girl, like, you know, nobody told you to read this childish ass book. So it is a very great book for children who are just now getting into like the injustice and of society and police brutality and stereotyping and all the things that you begin to see as you get older and start realizing that a lot of people are not good people. So this is something that I could potentially gift to my oldest daughter, but she's not a like a person who's into reading. That's not her thing. So I don't know. we'll see. I gave it 3 stars. So definitely something that you should gift like your middle schooler or something. I think that would be the perfect book for them, because the storyline wasn't bad at all, but like I said, it's not for my age range. So there's that. Coming in at number 9, we have My Week with Him by Joya Govney. And this might come as a shocker because I always sing Joya's praises, but the female main character, she really irritated me. She finds herself homeless during spring break and she decides to start a new life in California. And for me, good, because your family had you messed up, but it was, for me, it was just very repetitive, very back and forth. At one point I was just like, girl, if you gonna do it. Like, what is we doing here? Like, it was just very, very annoying towards the end, and I was very happy when it ended. I gave it 3 stars. So yeah, I'm looking forward to her next book that comes out this year. But this one might be my least favorite out of the books that I've read by her so far. So there's that. If I had to rank Joya's books, it would go Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl, Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, and then this one. So I'm very interested in seeing how this next book that she's coming out with plays out. And I wonder if we're going to get like a book with a different cover to match the themes of what she has going on with her other 2 books. Like, is she going to drop the official cover for her new book and then do a separate cover to, align with these 3? But we'll see. So coming in at number 8, we have The Streets Have No King by Jaquavius Coleman. And this one was good. I gave it 4 stars. It started off with a bang. It ended exactly how I expected it to. The ride through the story and getting to know the main male character was very interesting. Your typical urban fiction, but overall I enjoyed it. This is kind of like a forbidden romance situation. You have a multimillionaire drug mogul, Kane, and he is also teaching a college course, and he meets a savvy student named Basil. And Basil's a smart guy. He's also street smart. He's had a rough life, and Basil also falls for Kane's daughter, Mariah. And things just take a turn. But the bulk of the story is really getting to know Basil's story and his background and his upbringing. I just wanted more from the side characters. I feel like if we would have got more backstory on the dad and more backstory on Mariah, then it would have made the story better. I feel like Mariah and Basil just fell in love a little too fast for me without there really being, in my opinion, a genuine connection. It just felt very lustful. So yeah, but overall, I did give this 4 stars, so that does mean I enjoyed it, right? Yeah. Okay, so next on the list we have With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and y'all almost called this lady Elizabeth Avocado. Yeah. So I gave this 4 stars. It was a very cute YA. I don't know. The cover don't give what I imagine this female main character to look like, but that's beyond the point. That has nothing to do with nothing. So the plot of the story was very good. You have our main character, Imani, who got pregnant as a freshman in high school, and she is an amazing mom and also an amazing cook. She adds her own little flair to whatever she can, and it always turns out amazing. She has a very special gift of being able to taste the dish and just immediately know what needs to be added to make it even better. So, with that being said, Imani has a dream of working in a kitchen after she graduates, but with the demands of motherhood, she feels like it is impossible and pointless to even chase those dreams. She has some very good people in her corner that are still rooting for her, cheering for her, and being there for her throughout this journey. I thought the story was amazing. I felt like, we could have cut it down maybe 50 pages. I felt like some things could have been left out, but overall, it was a really good story, and I gave it 4 stars. So coming in at number 6, we have An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. And this one was really, really good too. It just had me messed up. I just felt like the synopsis told me everything I needed to know, and I was right in my assumptions, and I was mad. I was mad. And then towards the end, I was just mad at everybody. Everybody got on my nerves. Everybody had the audacity, and everybody was just, it was just getting very weird. I would have left. I would have disowned everybody. I would have left, and I just would have acted like I didn't know anybody if I knew these people in real life. It was just a lot. And now I see why Gary gave this book to the damn Goodwill, because Gary read it and Gary was pissed off that Kate and Mama and Joe and them had the audacity to gift him this book. And yeah. And now that I'm looking at it, it don't even say Gary. I think it say Merry Christmas, Granny. We love you. Granny was pissed off. Granny said, why would you buy me this bullshit? Granny read this book and donated it because it pissed her off so bad. And I could see why, Granny. I'm with you. I am with you. So Granny was right, because this book will make you mad. Now, I won't donate it, but it does piss you off. So I'm with you, Granny. I really am. If you don't know what this book is about, you have newlyweds Celestial and Royal. I keep calling this man Royal. Celestial and Roy, and they are visiting a small town in, I want to say, Louisiana. They're visiting a small town in Louisiana. Roy gets mixed up in some sort of crime. He's saying he didn't do it. This lady is saying he did do it. He ends up in prison for 10 years. Celestial, she is distraught, but she's also independent. She's trying to make her dreams happen, even in the midst of her husband being accused. She is also finding it very, very hard to not fall in love with Roy's best man that was in their wedding. And then she finds out that Roy is coming home early from prison because, he coming home early. And now she has a tough decision to make. And once Roy got home, it just broke my heart. And it just really pissed me off how people was gaslighting that man. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, if you pick this up, you're going to be mad. So good luck. Okay, so coming in at number 5 is What Lies in the Woods. And this one was like a crime documentary that we've seen before, but it was really good. It was very, very good. You have a group of friends. One friend is stabbed three times. One friend is stabbed 17 times. She's attacked in the woods. Her friends are there with her, and they tell the police this man did it. He's the attacker. huh, he did it, huh? And the friend is like, yep, that's the man that stabbed me. He goes to prison. He's also a known murderer for murdering 6 other women. And then people not really sure, like, did he really stab you 17 times, girl? Like, you sure? So anyways, it was a really good thriller. I gave that 4 stars as well. This is a book that I talked about before in my previous video for thrillers in 2026 that you should check out. So if you have not watched that video and you are a person who is into thrillers, you should definitely watch my last video, because I give a little bit more detail about this book. And because I just recently talked about it, I won't continue on. I don't want to be repetitive. But I gave it 4 stars, and I think you should check it out. The novella that I read is Where Hearts Lie by Kimberly Brown. We read this in my book club, The Official Chapter Chat. We read it the week of Christmas as a little holiday festive read, and it was very cute. I also gave that 4 stars. The female main character, she really irritated me because she was the shit starter. She was the problem starter, and she had a good man, Savannah. So if you are looking for a cute romance, I would say check out Where Hearts Lie. It's a cute Christmas story, but you know, we still in the holiday season, so knock yourself out if you love novellas. This is something that would be cute for you, okay? So coming in at number 4, since I did not include Where Hearts Lie in the ranking, we have Sugar by Bernice L. McFadden. And y'all, the people of the town was messy, just like I said that they were. They got on my last nerves. They really did their best to try to bring our main character Sugar down. Now Sugar's a prostitute and but she's new in town, and she's living next to her new neighbor Pearl, who has gone through a very tumultuous time in her life, very heavy time in her life. And you know, Pearl takes a liking to Sugar, but she's also noticing Sugar got some stuff going on. You know, there's certain people leaving her house, and she's not sure what. She don't know that Sugar is a, you know, so she kind of like, I like you, but you kind of like got some stuff going on. And then the town starts talking about Sugar, and you know, it's just a messy time. And then we get to the end, and it's like, ooh, this is a good little juicy plot twist that I was not expecting. I was expecting, like, you know, unlikely friendship. I wasn't expecting for things just to like come together and connect the way that they did. And my mouth was literally on the floor, like, oh. So yeah, I have to read book 2 soon, just to, you know, see where my girl Sugar is headed, seeing like, you know, how the pieces are continuing to come together. And yeah, I gave this 4 stars. This was really, really good. Okay, so coming in at number 3, we have Courage to Love by Kimberly Brown, and this was a book that we read in my Raggedy Reads group. Shout out to my girls. We loved this book. This was like a Tyler Perry play. We was in there cackling, sharing notes, going in on the female main character's ex. We had a time, and I was not expecting to enjoy this the way that I did. And I'm glad that, you know, we chose this book. Now it seems like Kimberly Brown can do no wrong, so I might have to get a little bit deeper into her catalog this year, because I'm like, Kimberly, girl, don't tell me you are an undercover assassin with your pen and nobody's talking about it. the way they should be talking about it. But yes, definitely enjoyed Courage to Love. This was a messy time. I don't have the synopsis pulled up, so I don't know what I can and can't say. So I will give you the task to go look up the synopsis yourself. But just know, if you like a messy romance with a perfect book boyfriend, get it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, but you can always buy from the author. So, oh, and it is available, I believe, on Hoopla and some Libby, some Hoopla accounts, if you want to do the audio. So there's that. Coming in at number 2, we have Keeper of Lost Children, and this one was a really good book. Y'all know Sadika Johnson can do no wrong. We love Sadika. She is one of the historical fiction queens, and I really loved how the story just came together cohesively, and I enjoyed every storyline. I wasn't quite sure starting off like if I was going to enjoy the 3 storylines that we got, but towards the middle, I was like, okay, I'm starting to really enjoy all 3 and what the 3 of them have going on. This was an arc for me. The book drops, I believe, in February, maybe. Yeah. But I won't talk too much about it because I feel like I talked about this book a lot in December. But just know that when it drops, you should get it if you like historical fiction, or if you are someone who is interested in getting into historical fiction, or if you are someone who loves stories where they have different plot lines and then they just all weave together effortlessly. So I would say definitely put this on your TBR for 2026 because it will not disappoint. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming in at number 1, we have a thriller. We have Gray After Dark. And once again, I talked about this in my last video when I was talking about the thrillers that you should read in 2026. Now, the only reason why this is number 1 me is because I'm a thriller girl. Like, I'm not saying like these are better than any of the top 5 books that I mentioned. It's just the genre that I enjoy the most out of the genres that I read in December. So I really enjoyed this book because it really shocked me. Like, it takes a lot to make me go, wow. Like, I was not expecting that. Because a lot of times I'd be like guest stuff and I'd just be being silly, but a lot of times I'd be right. So I enjoyed this one, and I won't go into too much detail because I talked about it before. So yeah, we have an Olympian, she gets kidnapped, and shit hits the fan from there. So if you like a book that's gonna have you at the edge of your seat, then definitely pick up Gray After Dark. And if you read Gray After Dark, what do you think? Also, I have a question for y'all. So I was thinking the other day when I was reading a certain book, I'll talk about the book in another video, but do y'all think it is the book influencer's job to give you guys trigger warnings? Like, is that the book influencer's job to tell you the triggers, or is that your job to go look them up? Because if the book influencer just gives the triggers, some people might think that those are spoilers, and some people might not want the triggers. So in your opinion, is it the book influencer's job to give you guys triggers, or is it your job to go and seek them for yourself if you are a person who needs trigger warnings? Just a thought, just a question. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, let's be respectful. If you see something that makes you want to challenge somebody's opinion, just be respectful. Anywho, I will see you guys in Monday's video Once again, I'm so happy that you made it to 2026. I'm so happy that you're still here with us. And yeah, join the book club, join the reading lounge, and thank you guys for all your love and support. Run those comments up. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.